Good evening, one and all. It is an honor for me to introduce Mr. Vivek Agarwal, who is a qualified fellow chartered accountant, company secretary, and an LLB. He is specialized in income tax survey, income tax appeals, inspection, search, seizure, and arrest under GST. Also consultation and advisory solution in matter of GST. He has also presented many seminars on income tax and GST on various topics on different occasions. He is also author of a book titled Taxpayer, Practical Guide to GST on Jewelry, Trade and Industry, 185 Frequently Asked Questions, co-author on book titled Taxpayers, Practical Guide to Survey under Income Tax Act 1961. He has also delivered several talks at branches of Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. Regularly contributes videos on GST for professionals on clubindia.com and his YouTube channel Vivek Agarwal, and has more than 2 lakh viewers and 3,000 subscribers. With this brief introduction, it is my privilege to invite Mr. Vivek Agarwal to continue the webinar.
Thank you, Abhishek ji. So before we begin the webinar, I want to mention that during this webinar, after about 3 to 4 slides, I will be posting a poll on all your mobile or computer screens. And I expect and I wish each one of you participate in the poll and make this webinar an interesting and interactive session. Let us begin the session. What we will be covering in this webinar? We will first discuss what is the meaning of TCS. Next, we will discuss what are the conditions for applicability of TCS on sale of goods. ऐसे कौन से conditions हैं जिन्हें fulfill करने से आपको ये TCS on sale of goods के provisions लग जाएंगे. Third, we will be discussing a lot of examples and case studies, and I assure you, after this session, TCS on sale of goods, you'll have complete clarity. Next, we will be taking up some issues which many of the businesses or clients have discussed with us. At the last, I will be sharing a thumb rule, an easy practice with which you will be able to get the answer for any situation. No matter what doubt you have, if you apply this thumb rule, you will be able to get the right answer of the right amount on which TCS is to be applied. We will be covering the BEAR Act, the section, the foundation, the law, the statute. We will be covering the BEAR Act in detail. We will analyze the BEAR Act. We will focus on each and every word, discuss a lot of examples, and understand the BEAR Act properly. Last, we will be taking up examples also. Lot of examples are already covered in the slides. And if there are still any issues, you can either post them on your, you can see at the bottom right corner of your screens, there is a button of Q&A. You can either post your queries there, or we can have the query discussion at the end of the webinar. First, let us understand what is the meaning of TCS. TCS, tax collection at source, is a tax that is collected by the seller from the buyer and deposited to the account of the government. So basically the seller, let us take an example of ABC Steels Private Limited. So ABC Steels Private Limited is a seller. What is the responsibility of ABC Steels Private Limited? To collect the tax from the buyer and deposit the tax to the account of the government. The burden of TCS is falling on whom? The burden of TCS is falling on the buyer. So the seller is just acting as the mediator between the government and the buyer. So seller just has to collect the TCS from buyer and deposit to the account of the government. Right? Now coming to the buyer. Whatever TCS the buyer has paid to the seller, buyer will get credit of the same in his 26 AS while filing his income tax return. So ultimately buyer भी जो पैसा पे कर रहा है उसको buyer को भी उस पैसे का क्रेडिट मिल जाएगा, सेलर के जेब से तो नहीं जा रहा है. So ultimately what is happening, there is no income for the government because the government is giving credit to the buyer also. What the government is trying to do in this is they are planning to bring as many transactions as possible in the ambit of TCS and TDS. इससे क्या होगा कि गवर्नमेंट को हर वो ट्रांजैक्शन का पता चल जाएगा कि कहां से क्या ट्रांजैक्शन हो रहा है. Just to bring the transactions in the government's radar, they have introduced this provision. Let us discuss the BEAR Act. Yeah. Every person यानी कि चाहे इंडिविजुअल हो, चाहे HUF हो, चाहे AOP, BOI, company. So every person as defined in Income Tax Act. Being a seller. What is the meaning of seller? We will discuss in the next slide. Who receives an amount as consideration for sale of any goods. I want you all to focus on the first point, and it says for sale of any goods. So for the sale of services, this provision is not applicable. For sale of goods, this provision is applicable. जैसे अपने बिजनेस में हम स्टील बेचते हैं, स्टील इज गुड्स, तो ये प्रोविजंस आपको लगेंगे. Sale of any goods of the value or aggregate of such value exceeding 50 lakh rupees in any previous year other than the goods being exported out of India. यानी कि जो goods हम export कर रहे हैं, एक्सपोर्ट पर टीसीएस कलेक्ट करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है. At the time of receipt of such amount, collect from the buyer a sum equal to 0.1% of the sale consideration exceeding 50 lakh rupees. Let me give you an example. First, I want you all to focus on जो ये 50 लाख की लिमिट है. This limit is per buyer. You have to see whether this limit of 50 lakhs is crossing per buyer. Suppose you are making sale to a buyer of say 54 lakhs. Now, many of the people were asking us, once the limit crosses 50 lakhs, whether TCS is required to be collected on the entire value of 54 lakhs or only on the amount which exceeds 50 lakhs, that is 4 lakhs in our example. So the question is whether I have to collect TCS on 4 lakhs or 54 lakhs. The answer is only 4 lakhs. आपको TCS जो 50 लाख के ऊपर का अमाउंट है, उस अमाउंट पर आपको TCS कलेक्ट करना होगा. Moreover, this limit of 50 lakhs is per buyer for the entire financial year. जैसे कि फाइनेंशियल ईयर 1 अप्रैल 2020 से लेकर 31 मार्च 2021 तक है, तो ये सारे फाइनेंशियल ईयर की लिमिट है 50 लाख पर बायर. और टीसीएस का रेट क्या है? टीसीएस इज टू बी कलेक्टेड at 0.1% on the sale consideration exceeding 50 lakh rupees. Now let us understand What is the meaning of seller? Seller means a person whose turnover from business exceeds 10 crore rupees during the financial year immediately preceding the financial year in which the sale of goods is carried out. तो मोटा मोटा हम सेलर किसको बोलेंगे? जिसकी पिछले साल का टर्नओवर 10 करोड़ से ज्यादा हो तो उसको हम सेलर बोलेंगे। अब आती है कि हम बायर किससे बोलेंगे? बायर मीन्स अ पर्सन who purchases any goods but does not include central government, state government, local authority, the person importing goods into India. So what does this mean? If I, ABC Steels Private Limited, am selling my steel above 50 lakh to a single buyer who is central government or local authority, then on that transaction, TCS is not required to be collected. क्योंकि कोई मतलब नहीं बनता है, आप कलेक्ट भी गवर्नमेंट से कर रहे हो और पेमेंट भी गवर्नमेंट को कर रहे हो, इसलिए गवर्नमेंट के साथ जो ट्रांजैक्शंस होंगे उस पर आपको टीसीएस कलेक्ट करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। नेक्स्ट, नाउ I told you at the beginning of the webinar that the buyer is paying tax to the seller. Seller is depositing the tax to the account of the government. Once the seller deposits the tax to the government, the buyer, at the time of filing his income tax return, he will get the credit, right? So buyer has to provide his PAN. Buyer जब PAN provide करेगा, seller will deposit the tax amount and link the PAN of the buyer कि इस buyer ने इतना tax TCS की तरफ से भरा है, and then the buyer will get the credit of the same. If the buyer does not provide his PAN, then the TCS rate will become 1% instead of 0.1%. Next important part. For transactions where TDS is applicable, TCS is not required to be collected. Why? I told you at the beginning that the government's objective, government's intention is to bring as many transactions as possible in the ambit of TDS and TCS. सपोज कोई ट्रांजैक्शन पर टीडीएस ऑलरेडी लग रहा है तो उसके डिटेल्स तो गवर्नमेंट के पास ऑलरेडी होंगे, तो उस पर वापस से टीसीएस लगाकर गवर्नमेंट को कोई फायदा नहीं है। Hence, on transactions where TDS is already applicable, then TCS is not required to be collected. Now it's time for our first poll. I wish all of you participate in this poll, and it is front of your screen in 3, 2, 1. First question, who is liable to collect TCS? Seller or buyer? Great, everybody has started replying. Next, when is TCS to be collected? At the time of sale or at the time of receipt of consideration? Great, everybody is replying. So I'll be closing the poll in 3, 2, 1. Great. So I'm sharing the results of the poll on your screen. First question, who is liable to collect TCS? Seller is liable to collect. Ultimately, the burden is falling on the buyer. So responsibility किसकी collect करने की? सेलर की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है बायर से कलेक्ट करने की। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्लियर। सेकेंड क्वेश्चन, when is TCS to be collected? At the time of sale or at the time of receipt of consideration? इसमें I want you all to focus that TCS is required to be collected. TCS is required to be collected only at the time of receipt of sale consideration. आप उस साल में सेल कर रहे हो या नहीं कर रहे हो, इससे गवर्नमेंट को कोई मतलब नहीं है। आपको पैसा आया, आपको पैसा गवर्नमेंट को भी देना पड़ेगा। So TCS is required to be collected when you receive the sale consideration, right? Let us proceed. Analysis. अब हम इस प्रोविजन को आराम से धीरे धीरे ब्रेक डाउन करते हुए अंडरस्टैंड करेंगे। This is a very important slide. First, for the financial year 1920, your turnover should be more than 10 crore. दो कंडीशंस हैं। If you fulfill both the conditions, then TCS provisions are applicable on you. So what is the first condition? Your turnover in the preceding financial year. Let us discuss about the financial year 2021. So 2021 का पिछले वाला साल is 1920. So your turnover for financial year 1920 should be more than 10 crore. Second condition, for the existing financial year, for the financial year 2021, your sale consideration received from sale of goods from a single buyer should be more than 50 lakhs. पिछले साल का कंडीशन क्या है कि आपका टर्नओवर पिछले साल 10 करोड़ से ज्यादा रहना चाहिए। करंट ईयर का कंडीशन क्या है कि आपको पर बायर जो सेल कंसिडरेशन रिसीव हुई है दैट शुड बी मोर देन 50 lakhs. So if both these conditions are fulfilled by you, then TCS provisions, TCS on sale of goods would apply. अभी भी अगर समझ में नहीं आया तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। We have a separate slide of different examples, जिससे कि आपको during the session clearly समझ में आ जाएगा कि कब TCS के provisions लगेंगे, किस अमाउंट पर लगेंगे, कैसा कलेक्ट करना होगा। Everything will be clear, nothing to worry. What is the TCS rate? If PAN is furnished, government has given relaxation up to 31st March 2021 due to the COVID pandemic and reduced the TCS rate from 0.1% to 0.075%. So up to 31st March, from 1st October 2020 to 31st March 2021, the TCS rate would be 0.075%. From 1st April 2021 onwards, the TCS rate would be 0.1%. Next, if the buyer does not furnish his PAN, then the TCS rate would become 0.75%, and from 1st April 2021, it will become 1%. रही बात up to 31st March 2021 की है, it is not clear as of now that if the buyer does not furnish his PAN, whether 0.75% is levied or 1% is required to be collected. There are different views on this. However, I would recommend कि to be on a safer side and to apply the conservative approach, better to collect 1%. अगर नहीं 0.75% भी fine. This is a very important slide. I want all of you to concentrate on this because this will help you in understanding the conditions, the applicability, when is this provision applicable. First, for the financial year 1920, we know that TCS on sale of goods are applicable with effect from 1st October 2020, that is financial year 2021. तो अगर हम बात करते हैं फाइनेंशियल ईयर 1920 की, तो ऑब्वियसली फॉर फाइनेंशियल ईयर 1920 TCS on sale of goods is not applicable. Second, फाइनेंशियल ईयर 2021 को चेक करते हैं. What is the first condition for applicability of TCS on sale of goods? Your turnover in the preceding financial year should be more than 10 crore rupees. In this example which is in front of you all, अगर हम TCS की applicability 2021 की चेक करना चाहते हैं, तो हमें टर्नओवर 2021 से कोई मतलब नहीं है. 2021 का टर्नओवर चाहे कुछ भी ना हो, आपको टर्नओवर की जो कंडीशन है वो पिछले साल की चेक करनी है. सो इफ यू वांट टू चेक द एप्लीकेबिलिटी ऑफ TCS on sale of goods for financial year 2021, you have to check the turnover of financial year 1920. Is it more than 10 crore? In our example, we have taken as 23 crore. So 23 crore is more than 10 crore. This means the first condition for applicability of TCS is complied. Second condition, मेरा current financial year का sale consideration per buyer should be more than 50 lakh. So for the financial year 2021, my receipts per buyer should be more than 50 lakhs. In this example, I have taken it to be 75 lakhs. So the second condition is also fulfilled. अब जब दोनों भी conditions fulfill हो रहे हैं, then for financial year 2021, TCS on sale of goods are applicable to you. Now the next question comes up, on which amount TCS is required to be collected. I told you at the beginning of the webinar, TCS is required to be collected only on the amount which exceeds 50 lakh rupees. In our example, the sale consideration that we are receiving per buyer is 75 lakhs. Excess over and above 50 lakhs is how much? 25 lakhs. So on this amount of 25 lakhs, not 75 lakhs. Please remember this. It is only on the excess portion. So on 25 lakhs, TCS is required to be collected at the rate of 0.075%, which is 1875. Next year, 21-22. Here I want to highlight another important point, that this applicability of TCS provisions have to be checked year on year basis. ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर एक बार आपको लग गया तो हर साल आपको लगेगा. आपको हर साल चेक करना होगा कि whether both the conditions for applicability of TCS are being fulfilled by you or not. First, we have checked for financial year 1920. Then we checked for financial year 2021. Now we are checking for financial year 21-22. First condition was what? मेरे पिछले साल का टर्नओवर 10 करोड़ से ज्यादा होना चाहिए. I am checking for financial year 21-22. So I have to check the turnover of financial year 2021. It has to be more than 10 crore. In our example, how much have we mentioned? We have mentioned it to be 8 crore. So is it more than 10 crore? Obviously no. So our first condition for applicability of TCS is not fulfilled. As the first condition itself is not fulfilled, for the financial year 21-22, TCS on sale of goods are not applicable to you. Next, financial year 22-23. Again, we have to check both the conditions. First condition, मेरे पिछले साल का टर्नओवर 10 करोड़ से ज्यादा होना चाहिए. So if I'm checking for financial year 22-23, my turnover during the financial year 21-22 should be more than 10 crore. In my example, it is how much? It is 20 crore. So as it is more than 10 crore, my first condition is satisfied. Now coming to the second condition. Second condition says what? For the financial year 22-23, that is the current financial year, my receipt of sale consideration, my receipt of sale consideration, my receipt of sale consideration. अब आप सोच रहे हो कि मैं 3 बार क्यों बोल रहा हूं उसे? क्योंकि इस प्रोविजन में, इस सेंटेंस की बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस है. तो जब आपको पैसे रिसीव होंगे कस्टमर से, जो कि पर कस्टमर 50 लाख से ज्यादा होगा, तो आपको टीसीएस के प्रोविजंस लगेंगे. आप सेल मत चेक करिए. माई सेल above 50 lakhs is not relevant. My sale consideration which I am receiving is important. So for financial year 22-23, my receipts are 45 lakhs. 45 lakhs is obviously below 50 lakhs. So for financial year 22-23, my first condition, that turnover of preceding financial year should be more than 10 crore, is satisfied. But coming to the second condition, my receipt of sale consideration per buyer should be more than 50 lakhs, is not satisfied. So for financial year 22-23, TCS on sale of goods provisions are not applicable to you. तो इस तरह से आपको आपके बिजनेसेस में ये कंडीशंस फुलफिल हो रहे हैं या नहीं हो रहे हैं, चेक करके डिसाइड करना है कि whether these provisions are applicable to you. I hope कि with this slide, almost all of you might have understood how to check these two conditions. हम सारे वेबिनार में इसी तरह धीरे धीरे काफी सारे एग्जाम्पल्स लेते हुए ईच प्रोविजन को डिस्कस करेंगे, ताकि आप सभी को 100% क्लैरिटी आ जाए, कोई कंफ्यूजन ही ना रहे. क्योंकि इस प्रोविजन को लेकर आई नो दैट देयर आर लॉट ऑफ ओपिनियंस, डिस्कशंस आर हैपनिंग इन द मार्केट व्हिच आर कंफ्यूजिंग अस अ लॉट. सो यू कैन जस्ट रिलैक्स नाउ एंड फोकस ऑन व्हाट आई एम डिस्कसिंग. जस्ट फ्लो विथ मी, और मैं ये इंश्योर करूंगा कि आपको इस एंड ऑफ द वेबिनार से आपको इस टीसीएस ऑन प्रोविजंस पर कंप्लीट क्लैरिटी आ जाएगी. Just relax and flow with me. Now, as a seller, ABC Steels Private Limited, as a seller, what are my compliance requirements? मेरी क्या जिम्मेदारी है as a seller? As a seller, मेरी 4 जिम्मेदारी है. मुझे 4 responsibilities fulfill करने होंगे. First, I told you when should I collect the TCS? I should collect the TCS from my customer when I receive the sale consideration above 50 lakhs from him. So suppose I receive the sale consideration in the month of October 2020. So I have to deposit the TCS which I have collected to the account of the government by 7th of November 2020. Same like TDS. TDS में भी हम अगले महीने 7 तारीख के पहले डिपॉजिट करते हैं. यहां पर भी आपको वापस सेल चेक नहीं करना है. आपको पैसा कब आया तब आपको अगले महीने की 7 तारीख के पहले गवर्नमेंट को पैसे जमा करना है. फर्स्ट पॉइंट वाज ऑफ कलेक्शन. सेकेंड, आपको क्वार्टरली स्टेटमेंट्स फाइल करने हैं. You have to file quarterly statements and the due dates of quarterly statements are in front of you. Next responsibility, you will have to issue the TCS certificates to your buyers so that on that basis, they will be able to claim the credit of TCS that they have paid to you. So first responsibility, आपको पैसा collect करना है, फिर आपको वो पैसा गवर्नमेंट को अगले महीने के 7 तारीख के पहले डिपॉजिट कराना है. थर्ड रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, क्वार्टरली स्टेटमेंट्स फाइल करना है. एंड फोर्थ रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, आपको टीसीएस सर्टिफिकेट्स आपके कस्टमर्स को देना है. सो दीज 4 कंडीशंस आर सैटिस्फाइड और fulfilled by you, then your compliance is completed. Now it is time for the next important poll, which is poll number 2, and it is in front of your screens in 3, 2, 1. What are the conditions for applicability of TCS? Preceding financial year turnover should be more than 10 crore. The first option is preceding financial year turnover should be more than 10 crore. I think there is a clerical mistake there. The preceding financial year turnover should be more than 10 crore. Next, current financial year sale consideration received should be more than 50 lakhs per buyer. Third option, both the conditions should be satisfied. I'm getting a lot of replies. Next question, what is the rate of TCS? 0.075% or 0.1% up to 31st March 21. Third question, what is the rate of TCS from 1st April 2021? 0.075% or 0.1%. Last question, TCS is to be paid to the account of the government by when? By 7th of the succeeding month in which the goods are sold, or by 7th of the succeeding month in which the consideration in excess of 50 lakhs is received. काफी लोगों ने रिप्लाई कर दिया है. So I will be closing the poll in 3, 2, 1. Great. So आपके results आपके screen के सामने. First question was, what are the conditions for applicability of TCS? 85% लोगों ने सही उत्तर दिया है. It is both. आपको दोनों भी conditions fulfill करने होंगे for the applicability of TCS. Second question, what is the rate of TCS up to 31st March 2021? 97% of the attendees have answered it correctly as 0.075%. Next, what is the rate of TCS from 1st April 2021? 100% of the attendees have replied it to be 0.1%. Last fourth question. TCS is to be paid to the account of the government by when? By 7th of the succeeding month in which the goods are sold, or by 7th of the succeeding month in which the consideration in excess of 50 lakhs is received. 77% of the attendees have replied it correctly, but still 23%, for the sake of 23%, I want to clarify it once again कि आपको टीसीएस कब पे करना है गवर्नमेंट को, या आपको टीसीएस कलेक्ट कब करना है, इससे आपको सेल से कोई मतलब नहीं है. आपका सेल से कोई मतलब नहीं है. आप सेल को रख दीजिए साइड में. अब आप फोकस करिए कि आपको पैसा कब आ रहा है. जब आपको पैसा 50 लाख के ऊपर आएगा तब आपको गवर्नमेंट को पैसा जमा करना है. So 7th of the succeeding month in which the consideration in excess of 50 lakhs is received is important. Great. So majority आप सभी को सब समझ में आ रहा है perfectly. Let us proceed. Let us discuss some examples. अभी examples बहुत ही रहेंगे और बहुत ही elaborative way में डिस्कस करेंगे ताकि आप सभी को perfectly समझ में आ जाए. And for discussing the examples, I want to give you all a small tip. The tip is, I want you all to focus on when are we receiving the consideration. आपको पैसा कब आ रहा है, आपको उस पर फोकस करना है. First situation, I have made the sale before 1st October 2020. I have received the consideration on or after 1st October 2020. Why am I focusing on 1st October 2020? क्योंकि from 1st October 2020 TCS provisions are applicable. So अगर मैंने सेल 1 तारीख के पहले की है और पैसे मुझे 1 अक्टूबर के बाद मिल रहे हैं, तो पैसे भी 1 अक्टूबर के पहले मिल रहे हैं. In the first situation, I have made the sale also before 1st October. I have received the consideration also before 1st October. So मैंने आपको टिप क्या दिया था यहाँ पे? Focus on when are we receiving the consideration. In my first example, we are receiving the consideration before 1st October 2020. Hence, for this transaction, TCS on sale of goods is not applicable. Next, I have made the sale before 1st October 2020, but I have received the consideration on or after 1st October 2020. क्या सिचुएशन है कि 1 तारीख के पहले मैंने सेल की है और 1 तारीख या 1 अक्टूबर 2020 के बाद मैं कंसिडरेशन रिसीव कर रहा हूं, तो टीसीएस लगेगा क्या? आपको फोकस करना है कि पैसा कब आया. पैसा कब आया आपको फोकस करना है. आपको पैसा अगर 1 अक्टूबर 2020 या उसके बाद आया तो आपको टीसीएस कलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. So in our example, if sale is made before 1st October and the consideration is received on or after 1st October 2020, then as the consideration is received after 1st October 2020, TCS provisions are applicable for this transaction. I hope it is clear. Next, I have made the sale after 1st October 2020. I have received the consideration also after 1st October 2020. सेल को गोली मारो, सेल को भूल जाओ. पैसा कब आया? पैसा 1 तारीख के बाद आया तो आपको टीसीएस इस ट्रांजैक्शन पर लगेगा. दिस इज ऑल्सो डन. तो मैं आपको क्या बता रहा हूं, मैं आपको एक छोटा सा एक टिप दे रहा हूं, जो टिप आप कोई भी सिचुएशन पे अप्लाई कर दीजिए, आपको क्लियर हो जाएगा. अगर मैं ऐसा बोलूंगा कि सेल पहले हुआ पैसे बाद में आए तो कैसा करना है, तो आप कंफ्यूज हो जाओगे. सो आई एम गिविंग यू अ टिप. आई टोल्ड यू एट द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द वेबिनार कि इस वेबिनार के बाद मेरी जिम्मेदारी है कि आप सभी को इस प्रोविजंस परफेक्टली समझ में आ जाए, ताकि कोई कंफ्यूजन ही ना रहे. क्योंकि what actually happens is while we are executing the things, we suddenly get call from our colleagues or somebody that अरे why are you doing this, we have to do like this, अरे ऐसा क्यों कर रहा है, ऐसा नहीं ऐसा करना चाहिए, we get confused. तो आपको मैं एकदम सिंपल तरीके से बताऊंगा कि आपको कब कैसे इस टीसीएस प्रोविजंस का कंप्लाई करना है. सो राइट नाउ आई वांट ऑल ऑफ यू टू फोकस ऑन कि पैसा कब आया. बस. फोर्थ इशू, sale is made before 1st October 2020 and payment is received in next year. तो वापस आप आपका टिप लगाइए, पैसा कब आया, अगले साल. तो टीसीएस के प्रोविजंस कब लगेंगे, अगले साल. नेक्स्ट, कंसिडरेशन इन काइंड. कंसिडरेशन इन काइंड मीन्स आई एम सेलिंग ए प्रोडक्ट. सपोज जैसा कि ABC Steels is selling to XYZ Steels of some particular A brand, and XYZ Steel is again selling back to ABC Steels of suppose B brand. So it is kind of a barter. In such transactions, jahan par consideration we say it is in kind, we say that this situation falls under consideration in kind, कि पैसा लेने की बदल I am receiving goods from my customer. So for consideration and kind also, TCS provisions will be applicable. Next, will my supplier also collect TCS on my purchases? मैं मेरे कस्टमर से TCS कलेक्ट कर रहा हूं. My supplier will collect TCS from me. My customer will get the credit. I will also get the credit. Next, is 50 lakhs threshold is for entire financial year or only from 1st October 2020? Many people still have this doubt. ये जो 50 लाख की पर बायर की लिमिट है, वो मुझे चेक करना पड़ेगा 1 अक्टूबर 2020 से 31 मार्च 2021 तक, या फ्रॉम 1st April 2020 to 31st March 2021. This limit of 50 lakhs is for the entire financial year from 1st April 2020 to 31st March 2021. Next, can we mention TCS on the invoice? The answer is yes. आपके पास दो ऑप्शंस हैं. Either you can mention the TCS on the invoice and collect from your customer, or you can even issue a debit note at the end. आपको जैसा कंफर्टेबल है वैसा करिए, इसमें कोई हार्ड एंड फास्ट रूल नहीं है. Either you can mention TCS on the invoice itself, और अगर मुझे इनवॉइस कोई चेंज नहीं करना है तो आई कैन इशू अ डेबिट नोट लेटर ऑन. In our opinion, we feel that mentioning TCS on the invoice is comparatively easier, but however, it depends on one's own choice. Kindly ignore the spelling of mention, it is MENTION. Next issue is what? I'm discussing about advances now. एडवांसेस बहुत ही कंफ्यूजन वाला मैटर है. सभी को कंफ्यूजन है कि उसका क्या होगा, कि अगर मैं एडवांस पहले रिसीव किया हूं, सेल बाद में कर रहा हूं, एडवांस बाद में आएगा, सेल और बाद में होगा. ये सब कंफ्यूजन में आप मत पड़िए. आपका फोकस एक ही चीज पर रखिए कि पैसा कब आया. इन दिस पर्टिकुलर एग्जाम्पल, I have received before 1st October 2020 an advance, and sale I am making on or after 1st October 2020. सेल को गोली मारो, फोकस ऑन कि पैसा कब आया। पैसा आपको एक तारीख के पहले आया तो आपको टीसीएस नहीं लगेगा। नेक्स्ट, व्हाट इफ यू रिसीव एडवांस ऑन और आफ्टर 1 अक्टूबर 2020? लगाइए अपना टिप। पैसा कब आया, 1 तारीख या उसके बाद, तो आपको टीसीएस लगेगा। सेल ऑन अप्रूवल, आई एम सेलिंग द गुड्स ऑन अप्रूवल। इस पर भी आपको कोई कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट करने की जरूरत नहीं है। आप फोकस करिए कि पैसा कब आएगा। जब आपको इस ट्रांजैक्शन का पैसा आएगा तब आपको टीसीएस कलेक्ट करना है, खत्म। चाहे सेल ऑन अप्रूवल हो, चाहे एडवांसेस हो, चाहे कोई भी सिचुएशन हो, you just have to focus on when are you receiving the consideration. That's it. Focus on when are you receiving the consideration. So whether it is sale on approval or whatever it is, जब ये सेल कंप्लीट हो जाएगी और जब आपको पैसा आएगा, वो साल में, वो महीने में आपको टीसीएस कलेक्ट करना है। सिंपल। नाउ कमिंग टू द थंब रूल। थंब रूल यानी कि अभी तक तो मैंने आपको एक मोटा मोटा समझाया है विदाउट द फिगर्स कि कब कौन से सिचुएशन में टीसीएस लगेगा। सो वो एक रूल आप याद रखिए कि आपको पैसा कब आया, दैट विल हेल्प यू डिसाइड वेदर टीसीएस इज एप्लीकेबल और नॉट। नाउ फॉर कैलकुलेशन ऑफ टीसीएस, ये टीसीएस पहले जो टिप के साथ, जो मैंने पहले की टिप जो दी थी आपको कि पैसा कब आया आपको फोकस करना है, वो टिप के साथ आपको पता चल जाएगा कि ये पर्टिकुलर ट्रांजैक्शन पे वेदर टीसीएस इज एप्लीकेबल और नॉट। Once you come to a conclusion that TCS is applicable, the second question that arises is on what amount I have to collect TCS. कौन से अमाउंट पर मुझे TCS कलेक्ट करना होगा, उसके लिए आपको जाना पड़ेगा हमारे थंब रूल पर। ये थंब रूल में I have mentioned 3 small steps. आप चाहे कुछ भी सिचुएशन आए, आप ये 3 स्टेप्स अप्लाई करिए, आपको पता चल जाएगा कि कौन से अमाउंट पर आपको टीसीएस कलेक्ट करना है। कोई कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट करने की जरूरत नहीं है, किसी से डिस्कस करने की जरूरत नहीं है। बस आप मेरे साथ फ्लो होइए। इस वेबिनार में आपको इसके भी काफी सारे एग्जांपल्स अभी खत्म नहीं हुए, आगे और सारे एग्जांपल्स हैं। ये सब स्टेप्स में उन एग्जांपल्स पे अप्लाई करते हुए आपको याद करवा दूंगा कि कब कैसे टीसीएस आपको कलेक्ट करना है। तो जो भी अगर आपने अभी तक व्हाट्सएप पे पढ़ा होगा सब भूल जाइए, या आगे पढ़ने वाले हैं वो भी मत पढ़िए। जस्ट फ्लो विथ मी एंड आई एश्योर यू ऑल दैट यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस प्रोविजंस क्लियरली। थंब रूल, स्टेप नंबर 1, टोटल रिसीट्स ड्यूरिंग द फाइनेंशियल ईयर। चाहे 1 अक्टूबर 2020 के पहले का पैसा हो या 1 अक्टूबर 2020 या उसके बाद का पैसा हो, वो सब भूल जाइए। कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट करने की जरूरत नहीं है। स्टेप नंबर 1 इज व्हाट? कैलकुलेट द टोटल रिसीट ड्यूरिंग द फाइनेंशियल ईयर, वेदर बिफोर 1 अक्टूबर और आफ्टर 1 अक्टूबर। जस्ट कैलकुलेट द टोटल रिसीट ऑफ द फाइनेंशियल ईयर पर बायर। स्टेप नंबर 2, कैलकुलेट receipts in excess of 50 lakhs. पहले आपने टोटल रिसीट्स निकालिए। सेकेंड, 50 लाख के ऊपर के रिसीट्स कितने हैं वो चेक करिए। स्टेप नंबर 3, नाउ TCS is required to be collected on lower of the excess amount over and above 50 lakhs and amount received on or after 1 October 2020। अब स्टेप 1 और स्टेप 2 अप्लाई करने के बाद आपको टीसीएस उसी अमाउंट पर देना है जो अमाउंट आप रिसीव करेंगे 1 अक्टूबर 2020 या उसके बाद। अभी शायद आपको कंफ्यूजन होगा ये 3 स्टेप में, आगे काफी सारे एग्जाम्पल्स है। अब हम इन स्टेप्स को हर एग्जाम्पल पे अप्लाई करते करते समझ जाएंगे कि कैसा लगाना है थंब रूल। फर्स्ट एग्जाम्पल, ABC Steels Private Limited is the buyer. So suppose XYZ Steel is the seller. XYZ Steel is selling to ABC Steels Private Limited. Receipts from buyer up to 30th September 2020 is how much? 80 lakhs. कुछ भी सोच के कुछ भी एनालाइज करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Just flow with me and apply the steps. Second, receipt from buyer from 1st October 2020 to 31st March 2021 is 1 lakh. चलो, step 1 क्या है? Step 1, calculate total receipts during the financial year. 80 lakhs plus 1 lakh is equal to 81 lakhs. तो total receipt per buyer कितना है? 81 lakhs. Step number 2, calculate receipts in excess of 50 lakh rupees. So 81 lakhs minus 50 lakhs is 31 lakhs. Step number 3. Now TCS is required to be collected on lower of excess and amount received on or after 1st October 2020. इसका मतलब क्या है? लोअर ऑफ एक्सेस अमाउंट कितना है अपना? 31 lakhs. अमाउंट रिसीव्ड ऑन और आफ्टर 1st October 2020 कितना है? 1 लाख रुपए. सो लोअर ऑफ 31 lakhs or 1 lakh, whichever is lower. 1 lakh is lower. Hence, TCS is required to be collected on 1 lakh only. I hope it is clear. But still, I have another example for you. Again, buyer is ABC Steels Private Limited, XYZ Steel Private Limited. I am the seller. My receipts from buyer up to 30th September 2020 is 12 lakh rupees. My receipt from buyer from 1st October 2020 to 31st March 2021 is 38 lakhs. Nothing to worry, just apply the thumb rule. Step number 1, calculate the total receipts per buyer during the financial year, which is 12 plus 38, 50 lakh rupees. Step number 2, calculate receipts in excess of 50 lakhs. इस एग्जाम्पल पे 50 lakhs से excess तो कुछ नहीं है. We are matching exactly 50 lakhs. In the second condition, when I was discussing in the initial slides, I was focusing and stressing upon the word more than 50 lakhs. Here it is matching exactly 50 lakhs. Step 3, अभी भी आपको analyze करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Come to step number 3. Lower of excess amount which is 0 or receipts after 1st October which is 38 lakhs. So lower of 0 or 38 lakhs, whichever is lower, obviously 0. तो आपको इस ट्रांजैक्शन पर TCS कलेक्ट करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है. थर्ड एग्जाम्पल. इतने सारे एग्जाम्पल्स आपको याद हो जाएगा कि ये स्टेप्स कैसे अप्लाई करना है. Buyer is XYZ Steels Private Limited. ABC Steels Private Limited is the seller. My receipts from buyer up to 30th September 2020 is 30 lakh rupees. My receipts on or after 1st October 2020 is 75 lakh rupees. Step 1, total receipts during the financial year 105 lakh. 1 crore 5 lakhs. Step 2, calculate the receipts in excess of 50 lakhs. That is 105 lakh minus 50 lakh, 55 lakhs. Step number 3, take the excess amount. Excess is how much? 55 lakhs. Receipts on or after 1st October 2020, 75 lakhs. 55 lakhs or 75 lakhs, whichever is lower. 55 lakhs is lower. Hence, TCS is required to be collected on 55 lakhs only. Next example. Suppose I'm a job worker. XYZ Steels Private Limited is a job worker doing decoiling of steel. So if I'm doing decoiling and the buyer is ABC Steels Private Limited, I told you in the initial slides, for transactions where TDS is applicable, TCS is not applicable. Second, TCS is applicable only on sale of goods. TCS on sale of goods are applicable. These provisions are applicable only on sale of goods. Job worker or job work is a service. Hence, because of these two reasons, first, on this transaction, TDS is applicable. Second, it is a service and not sale of goods. For decoiling, in my opinion, TCS on sale of goods is obviously not applicable. Next, advances. अभी आपको एडवांसेस का ये स्लाइड में पूरा क्रक्स समझ में आ जाएगा कि कब कैसे टीसीएस लगेगा. फोकस ऑन दिस स्लाइड. Buyer is ABC Steels Private Limited. Advance received from buyer up to 30th September 2020 is 80 lakhs. Advance received from buyer during 1st October to 31st March is 0. पैसा कब आया? 1 अक्टूबर के पहले आया. टीसीएस नहीं लगेगा. नो टीसीएस. नेक्स्ट. Buyer is XYZ Steels Private Limited. Advance received from buyer up to 30th September 2020 is nil. Advance received from buyer during 1st October to 31st March is 80 lakhs. पैसा कब आया? 1 अक्टूबर 2020 या उसके बाद आया, तो आपको टीसीएस लगेगा. किस अमाउंट पर लगेगा? जो अमाउंट 50 लाख के ज्यादा है. 50 लाख के ऊपर है तो 30 लाख पर आपको लगेगा. स्टेप नंबर 3 और थर्ड एग्जांपल. बायर इज पीक्यूआर स्टील्स प्राइवेट लिमिटेड. आपको एडवांस मिला 30th सितंबर 2020 तक 30 लाख रुपीस का. You have received advance on or after 1st October 2020, 40 lakhs. Nothing to worry. जब भी आपको ऐसा कंफ्यूजन लगे, आप सीधा थंब रूल अप्लाई कर दो और 3 स्टेप्स लगा दो. स्टेप नंबर 1, कैलकुलेट द टोटल रिसीट्स. 30 lakhs plus 40 lakhs, 70 lakhs. Step 2, calculate the excess amount over and above 50 lakhs. 70 minus 50, 20 lakhs. Step number 3, excess amount 20 lakhs or amount received on or after 1st October 2020, 40 lakhs. 20 lakhs or 40 lakhs, whichever is lower, TCS is required to be collected on 20 lakhs. Now it's time for poll number 3. और पोल नंबर 3 है आप लोगों के स्क्रीन के सामने. इन 3, 2, 1. If rupees 52 lakhs is received as consideration, TCS is to be collected on which amount? Entire amount of 52 lakhs or on 2 lakhs? Next question. If advance is received before 1st October 2020, is TCS applicable? Yes or no? Third question. To determine collection of TCS, focus should be on time of collection or collection of amount or time of sale. Great. I'm getting replies from majority of participants. The replies are continuously increasing and I'm very happy to see that almost 90% or more than 95% of the attendees are flowing with me. देखिए मेरा सोल ऑब्जेक्टिव है आपको इस प्रोविजंस को क्लियरली समझाना. एंड इफ आई गेट सच रिप्लाईज फ्रॉम यू, इट एनकरेजेस मी टू सिंप्लीफाई इट फर्दर, ताकि आप लोगों को कोई दिक्कत ही ना आए. सो आई विल बी क्लोजिंग द पोल इन 3, 2, 1. The results of your poll are in front of your screens. First, 100% लोगों को सबको ये क्लियर हो गया है कि जो अमाउंट 50 लाख के ऊपर है उस पर ही टीसीएस कलेक्ट करना होगा. एक्सेलेंट. Second, if advance is received before 1st October, is TCS applicable? 96% of the people have replied it correctly. Still 4% think that for the advance which is received before 1st October, TCS is applicable. The answer is no. आपको फोकस करना है कि आपको पैसा कब आया. अगर आपको पैसा 1 अक्टूबर 2020 के बाद आता है तो ही आपको टीसीएस कलेक्ट करना होगा. जो पैसा आप 1 अक्टूबर 2020 के पहले रिसीव करते हैं उस पे टीसीएस आपको कलेक्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. थर्ड क्वेश्चन, टू डिटरमाइन collection of TCS, focus should be on time of collection or time of sale. 94% have replied it correctly, that is time of collection of amount. Still 6% have replied it at the time of sale. I repeat this again. I repeat this, that to determine collection of TCS, focus should be at the time of collection of amount. आपको जब पैसा आएगा तब आपको टीसीएस कलेक्ट करना है. सेल से कोई मतलब नहीं है. सपोज आपको एक सिनेरियो देता हूं. अगर किसी साल आपको वो बायर का सेल 0 होता है, अगर सपोज आई एम एबीसी स्टील्स प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, आई एम सेलिंग टू XYZ स्टील प्राइवेट लिमिटेड. जस्ट अ सेकेंड, आई विल रिपीट दिस पॉइंट वंस अगेन. Yeah, 1 second. So my example is, I am ABC Steels Private Limited. I am selling to XYZ Steels Private Limited. When I am receiving the amount from XYZ Steel, at that time I'll have to collect the TCS. Sale से कोई मतलब नहीं है. Suppose एक scenario में my turnover for that particular buyer, I am ABC Steels Private Limited. My customer is XYZ Steels Private Limited. For that particular financial year, मेरा सेल XYZ Steel Private Limited को कुछ भी नहीं रहता है. लेकिन जो मेरा पहले का सेल था XYZ Steel Private Limited को, उसका पैसा मुझे ये साल आता है, तो भी आपको टीसीएस कलेक्ट करना होगा. क्योंकि अपना फोकस कहां है? अपना फोकस है कि पैसा कब आया. जब पैसा आएगा आपको टीसीएस कलेक्ट करना होगा. That's it. Let us resume our presentation. Now we'll come to the issues. First issue, very, very common issue, कि whether the consideration will include the amount collected towards GST or not. Example, my taxable value of goods is 100 rupees. My GST is 18%. Let us say as an example, 18 rupees is my GST. My invoice value is 118. So I have to collect TCS on 100 rupees before GST or 118 rupees after GST. It is clear कि आपको TCS कलेक्ट करना है इनवॉइस वैल्यू पर. अमाउंट इंक्लूसिव ऑफ जीएसटी जो रहेगा, आपके बिल का जो अमाउंट इंक्लूसिव ऑफ जीएसटी रहेगा, इनवॉइस वैल्यू रहेगा, उस पर आपको टीसीएस कलेक्ट करना है. सो आपको टीसीएस जीएसटी पर भी कलेक्ट करना है, टैक्स पर भी आपको टीसीएस कलेक्ट करना है. नेक्स्ट, अब आते हैं थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट डिस्कशन पे कि जीएसटी का क्या सिनेरियो होगा. जीएसटी में इस ट्रांजैक्शन पर क्या सिनेरियो रहेगा. Whether GST is to be charged on TCS amount. First, we have discussed TCS is to be charged or collected on the GST amount also. Now, whether GST is to be charged on TCS amount also? The answer is no. GST तो आपको taxable value पर ही लगेगा. In my example, in this, if you see, the taxable value is 100 rupees. So on this 100 rupees, you'll have to charge GST. So to summarize, I would say TCS is to be collected on the GST amount, but GST is not required to be charged on the TCS amount. TCS आपको invoice value पर collect करना है, पर GST आपको taxable value पर ही charge करना है. Next, ये बहुत common question है कि how the impact of sale return will happen. इसमें simple I'll tell you. आप focus करिए कि आपको पैसा आ गया क्या. First scenario, suppose you have made the sale, you haven't received the sale consideration yet. Your buyer is requesting you for a sale return. So you can revise your consideration, and on the net consideration that you'll be receiving from your buyer, on that net consideration, you'll have to collect TCS. Second, I have made sale to my buyer. My buyer has paid sale consideration to me. I have collected TCS from my buyer. I have paid the TCS to the account of the government also. After depositing the amount, my buyer comes to me and says, I want to return the goods purchased. तो इसमें हमारा ओपिनियन है कि no adjustment is required. Because आपने जो TCS कलेक्ट किया है और जो गवर्नमेंट को पे कर दिया है, उसका बेनिफिट बायर को कैसा भी मिल जाएगा, तो आपको कोई एडजस्टमेंट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Now, I am XYZ Steel Private Limited. I am making sale to ABC Steel Private Limited, and I am purchasing also from ABC Steel Private Limited. So the entries are knocked off with book adjustment. So book adjustment पर भी आपको TCS collect करना पड़ेगा. Next, what is the penalty for non-collection of TCS? The penalty is amount equal to the TCS amount. जो आपने TCS collect नहीं किया है, उतनी ही आपको penalty लगेगी. Next issue आता है कि whether transportation charges that I am recovering from the customer should be included and TCS is to be levied on transportation charges also. This is a debatable issue, but as the transportation charges will be comparatively lower when compared to the actual goods sold, it is, in our humble opinion, we feel that it is better to collect the TCS on the transportation charges also, कि चाहे कुछ भी non compliance ना हो, कि किसी को भी कुछ नुकसान नहीं है. So apply conservative approach whenever you have a situation of any confusion and collect the TCS on the entire amount. Next, lower thresholds. अगर हम practically देखें, जो गवर्नमेंट कह रही है कि आपका पिछले साल का टर्नओवर 10 करोड़ से ज्यादा होना चाहिए. एक्चुअली तो 10 करोड़ टर्नओवर बहुत ही छोटा है. 200 करोड़ 100 करोड़ के टर्नओवर कॉमन है. तो 10 करोड़ की जो गवर्नमेंट ने कंडीशन डाली है, वो तो फुलफिल बहुत इजीली काफी सारे लोगों से हो जाएंगे. सेकेंड कंडीशन 50 लाख पर बायर. अगर ये दोनों कंडीशंस फुलफिल हो जाते हैं, then TCS provisions are applicable to you. So the government is very intelligent enough to put these thresholds very low so that most of the transactions fall under the umbrella of TCS provisions. Next, I told you that TCS on sale of goods is applicable on sale of goods only, not sale on services, sale of services. तो काफी ओपिनियन ये आ रहा है कि आपको 2 इनवॉइसेस बनाने होंगे, गुड्स के लिए अलग, सर्विसेज के लिए अलग. जो पैसा आप गुड्स के लिए रिसीव करेंगे 50 लाख के ऊपर, उस पे आपको TCS कलेक्ट करना है. ये सब करने से आपको कंप्लायंस बढ़ते जाएंगे. In our humble opinion, if the amount of service is quite low when compared to the goods, better to collect TCS on the entire amount and pay to the government. अब इसकी वजह से आपके बिजनेसेस में क्या क्या चेंज आएंगे. फर्स्ट, you ABC Steels Private Limited will collect TCS from the customers, and customers will get the credit in their 26 CS. Second, your suppliers will collect TCS from you and you will get your credit in your 26 years. Next, अगर आप चाह रहे हैं कि आप TCS इनवॉइस पर लिखकर कलेक्ट करें तो आपका बिलिंग का फॉर्मेट चेंज हो जाएगा. अगर आप डेबिट नोट इशू करेंगे दैट इज ऑल्सो फाइन. Next, additional compliance of making TCS payment on a monthly basis, filing TCS statements on a quarterly basis. Now it's time for our last poll of the webinar, that is poll number 4. And it is in front of your screens in 3, 2, 1. First question, TCS is to be collected on which amount? Inclusive of GST, that is invoice value, or exclusive of GST, that is taxable value. Second question, is GST to be charged on TCS amount? Yes or no? Third question, is TCS applicable for consideration received in kind? Yes or no? Fourth question, how is TCS to be collected? By mentioning the TCS amount on the invoice itself, or by issuing debit note for the TCS amount, or either of the above? काफी सारे लोगों ने already reply कर दिया है. So I'll be closing the poll in 3, 2, 1. So here are the results on your screens. First question, TCS is to be collected on which amount? Inclusive of GST. 95% have replied it correctly, that it should be inclusive of GST. Is GST to be charged on the TCS amount? Again, 92% have replied it correctly, that GST is not required to be charged on the TCS amount. Excellent. Third question, is TCS applicable for consideration received in kind? 75% has said it yes, whereas 25% has answered it as no. I repeat that TCS is still applicable even if you receive the consideration in kind. How is the TCS to be collected? By mentioning on the invoice or debit note? Either of the above. 85% of the audience have replied it correctly. Excellent. So regarding this, the government had issued a circular number 17 dated 29th September 2020. ये एक latest circular government ने issue किया है and clarified that the sale consideration the section applies on receipt of sale consideration. Very important point. Second, sale consideration received before 1st October, no TCS. Sale consideration received on or after 1st October, TCS will be applicable. 50 lakhs limit is to be calculated from 1st April 2020. And if the seller has already received 50 lakhs or more up to 30th September 2020, then TCS shall apply on every receipt of sale consideration on or after 1st October 2020. आपको कुछ confusion लेने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप बस अपना 2 thumb rule याद रखिए. फर्स्ट पैसा कब आया और सेकेंड स्टेप 1, स्टेप 2, स्टेप 3. आप ये दोनों थंब रूल अप्लाई करिए, चाहे कुछ भी सिचुएशन हो आपको आंसर करेक्ट आ जाएगा. फिर गवर्नमेंट ने प्रेस रिलीज से क्लैरिफाई किया है डेटेड 30th September 2020 कि this TCS is not an additional tax, it is only an advance income tax which the seller has to collect from the buyer. And the buyer would get the credit of the TCS amount collected from him. And if his actual tax liability at the time of filing of the return is lower than this, then the buyer is entitled to a refund along with interest. नॉन अप्लीकेबिलिटी, अभी तक हमने डिस्कस किया है कि टीसीएस कब कब लगेगा, अब हम डिस्कस करते हैं कि टीसीएस कब नहीं लगेगा। फर्स्ट, टीसीएस कब नहीं लगेगा? जब your turnover in the preceding financial year is less than 10 crore, or your sale consideration received per buyer in the current financial year is less than 50 lakhs. In case of import or export of goods, TCS is not applicable. In case of sale to government, TCS is not applicable. For transactions where TDS is already applicable, TCS is not applicable. For transactions which are covered by other sections, that 206C, 1F, 1G, वहां पर भी TCS नहीं लगेगा. That's it for this session. And now we will take up the questions